Hey, future engineers, welcome. Today I'm going to talk to you about the 5 things that I think you should know before studying engineering. So, we have a bit of a problem. I see a lot of content here on YouTube, and the trouble is a lot of the videos have been created by people who've only just recently graduated and been working for only a couple of years. Now, trust me, it takes a lot longer to understand engineering and find your place in engineering. So, why should you listen to me? Well, I've been working as a chemical engineer for more than 20 years. I've worked on large petrochemical plants all over the world for big corporations. I've worked for small consulting firms. I've worked in academia as a lecturer and a researcher, and even a tech startup. Engineering is a tough and complicated field. There are many decisions to make, many disciplines to choose from. Chemical, mechanical, electrical, electronic. How do you know which one is right for you? Well, really the only way you're going to know is by doing the work yourself. Figuring it out, reading up, and if possible, get out there and talk to some of the people that have been doing it for years. They'll give you the right advice. If you're finding it too hard to choose, I've made a useful sheet covering all the engineering disciplines. It describes what they do, how they work together, and why you might enjoy it. Comment "too many" below and I'll send you a copy. So, let's talk about the degree. I think the problem is that a lot of people think that once you get the degree, you're an engineer and you know everything. I'm sorry, but that's not the case. Engineering, like many other careers, is a lifelong journey. It takes years to really understand what it means to be an engineer and to see all that engineering can offer. I've hired many engineers in my career, and I can tell you that after I've checked that they have a relevant qualification, sometimes not even the exact match, I move on to their experience. I've never checked what university they studied at or what grade they got for thermodynamics 2. It's just not important. A degree teaches you how to solve problems. Take it from a lecturer that's designed many courses. The objective is not to teach you everything there is to know. It teaches you a method of how to attack problems. And that prepares you for the job that you're going to do. You're going to be faced with new problems every single day. You need a system in order to solve those problems, which is hopefully something you get from studying. Now, in addition to that, you're always looking to add new skills to your toolbox. And what that allows you to do is stand out from the competition and specialize, eventually building towards an area that you enjoy the most and where you can focus your time. It's never too late to change. You can always go down a path and decide, hey, this isn't working for me. I want to try something different. For example, I worked in process control and then changed to research, and then I lectured, and then I worked as a material scientist for a startup. It's all about navigating your way along a path that may wind in different directions, but is always moving forwards towards a goal, which is personal satisfaction. Finding out what works for you. The only way you can do that is by trying out all the different things and keeping moving on. Going in the direction that makes you happy. This also changes over time. What made me happy as a 20-year-old is quite different now that I'm in my 40s. Change is inevitable. For example, chemical engineering is all about inputs and outputs. That's pretty much true for any business. So it's very easy for chemical engineers to move from, for example, process engineering to a bank, which analyzes inputs and outputs to make a business profitable. The concepts and skills that we have talked about translate very easily into such an application. It's never a waste or a mistake that you end up working on something that is different from what you studied. It just shows that you've learned to take the skills and problem-solving abilities that you have and apply them in a different area. So, how about job security? Well, unfortunately, these days, there's no such thing. The era where you could work for one company your entire life is pretty much gone. And businesses are always going through cycles. There are ups and there are downs. Unfortunately, when things are tough, those who contribute the least or are the easiest to replace are the first to go. Here's my advice on this. Make yourself indispensable if you want to have a chance of staying at the same company. What that means is that you make sure that whatever you're doing, you are the expert and you know more than anyone else in the room. That makes you core to the business and essential for it to succeed. If you enjoy the company that you're working for, this can enable you to stay there for longer. Of course, this only makes sense if you like and enjoy it. It's important to really focus and find your passion, because that'll make it a lot easier. If you've gotten this far, congratulations. This is the most important part of the video. You'll notice how I haven't spoken at all about money or the number of job prospects or anything like that. Trust me, it's not important. Markets change all the time. Demand goes up and down. It's never stable. Basing a decision on that is not a great idea. Instead, I really recommend you do what you love and enjoy. In that way, you'll always be happy, no matter what. Now, make no mistake, this doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It's always very hard. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is with a career as complicated and interesting and diverse as engineering. When you're doing what you enjoy and you dedicate yourself to your work, make sure you find an employer that values this. That way, you'll find lifelong happiness in what you do. In the end, that's really the most important bit. Do what makes you happy. If you found this useful, or you want to see some more content like this, subscribe to let me know. Thanks for watching. Cheers.